This tutorial will demonstrate how to install version 10 of the MyForms server. If you are upgrading your server to version 10 from a previous version, you need to follow a couple of different steps, which are available in the MyForms server documentation. First, we're going to open Remote Desktop Connection and connect to our server. As you will see, we're using Microsoft Server 2012 R2 as our server version. Keep in mind that if you're using Microsoft Server 2008, some of the configuration steps are slightly different. In this tutorial, we've already installed SQL on our same server. However, it is also possible to use an external SQL instance. Refer to the documentation if you have any other questions about this. Another server configuration step now needs to be taken. Open the Server Manager from the bottom menu. Click the Configure this local server to verify that everything is configured automatically. After waiting a moment, return to the dashboard. Now, click on Add Roles and Features. Next, click on Next on the Before You Begin page. On the Installation Type page, select Role-Based or Feature-Based Installation. On the Server Selection page, select Web Server. Once this is completed, finish the rest of the installation wizard. You may need to restart your server now. Now, we're going to download the server setup files from the My Corporation website. Open up Internet Explorer and head to www.mycorporation.com. Click on the Login button on the top right corner of the screen and provide your login credentials on the next page. Now, under My Account, click on Software Downloads and then select MyForms Server. There are a couple of things to notice here. First off, scroll down to the documentation link. This PDF will have more detailed instructions on how to effectively install and configure the server. Now, click on the MyForms server version 10 for Windows setup and begin the download process. Once complete, navigate to where you downloaded the server installation files and open the My Enterprise Apps and MyForms Server 10.0 setup application. You will be prompted to choose a website target. Select the website where you wish to install this app server. Here, we'll just use the default website. Now, before we verify installation and click Install, I'll remind you one last time that this video is for installing version 10 with no previous MyForms servers before it. After the installer has finished running, we can close the application. We highly recommend that you restart your server instance now, especially if any prerequisites had to be installed to the server. Now that the server has been installed, we'll need to configure it. Log back into the server using Remote Desktop Connection and launch Internet Explorer. In the URL bar, enter http://. Then, either you can enter your internal server name or your server's private IP address. I'm going to use the private IP address. Finish this up with /mfs/ setup.aspx. Now, log into the MyForms server using the initial login credentials. The login information is preset for all servers when they are first launched. We recommend you change this information as soon as you get a chance. The username will be administrator and the password is welcome. Now, the first step is to set up a local administrator. Click on Specify a local administrator. Here, the username will need to specify a local Windows account with administrative privileges. In this case, we'll use the account with the name administrator, but you may create a separate account for this purpose. You will also need to enter the local password for your server to create the local admin account. Click on Test these credentials to verify that everything is entered correctly, then click Save. Now, we'll need to associate this server with the license received from MyCo. After you receive your license, import it into the server. From the main screen menu, click on Manage Licenses. From this page, you'll be able to browse for your license, then upload it to the server. Once uploaded, make sure to double-check that the license you have uploaded is in fact valid. The last configuration step we'll need to take is to set up customers to use this server. Click on Modify Customers, then Add New Customer. To set up a customer, you'll need to have a customer name, and contact email. You should also configure your data source down below. Set the data source to the server and instance name of your SQL server. In this case, since our SQL server is on our local machine and is the default instance, we can use local in parentheses. If your database needs SQL authentication, you can enter that information here. After that is complete, set the database name to whatever you wish to reference it by. Then click Add New Customer. This will create the database in your SQL server. Once this is completed, we can log out of the setup side of the server. To log into the newly created customer, enter the URL to your server again, this time leaving off the setup.aspx ending. Now enter your customer name. Again, the initial username and password credentials are administrator and welcome. Once logged in, you'll be able to make new users, upload apps or form templates, monitor workflow for the forms, and much, much more. Thank you for watching this tutorial on how to install and configure the MyForms and MyEnterprise Apps server, version 10. If you have problems or questions, you can contact us at support@mycorporation.com.